This lesson is on graphing a linear function given slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form of a line is y equals mx plus b. In this case, the m represents the slope and the b represents the y-intercept. So the slope is always the rise over the run, or the change in the y value over the change in the x value. The y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis, or where it intercepts with the y-axis. So we could use both of these pieces of information to draw the graph of a line. Draw the graph of the function. So we have y equals 2x. So I know my m is the coefficient of the x, so my m is 2. But when we're graphing the line, we always want it in a fraction form. So I'm going to put it as 2 over 1. And I'm also going to determine what the negatives would be. So it would be negative 2 over negative 1. That's going to help us draw our graph. My y-intercept, even though there's no number there, it's like there's an imaginary 0. So my y-intercept would be 0. So I'm going to start or begin drawing my graph at 0 on the y-axis. So that's right in the origin. Then I move based on my slope. Remember, slope is rise over run. So I'm going to use my first fraction first. So since it's a positive 2, I'm going to go up 2 and run positive 1. So that means 1 to the right, and plot a point there. And I'm going to keep doing the same process. Up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, until I run out of room on my graph. Now I'm going to go the opposite way and use my negative slope. Negative 2 over negative 1 means down 2, 1 to the left. 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 The best way to draw your graph is to plot as many points as you can fit on your graph. Then I'm going to draw a straight line through all of those points, go through my graph, put arrows at the end, and make sure I label it. So this is y equals 2x. Draw the graph of this function, y equals 2x plus 3. I notice the slope is the same as the previous problem. So my slope is equal to 2, but I want it as a fraction, so 2 over 1, or negative 2 over negative 1. And my y-intercept, or my b value this time, is 3. So now I'm going to begin my graph at 3 on the y-axis. Then I'm going to move based on my slope. Up 2 to the right 1. Up 2 to the right 1. Up 2 to the right 1. I can't go up 2 anymore, so I'm going to go the opposite way. Down 2 to the left 1. Down 2, left 1. I'm going to continue this process until I have no more room left on my graph. And since this is a linear function, because the value of the exponent of x is 1, my points should fall in a straight line. So I connect my points with a straight line, go through the graph, draw arrows, and label. Y equals 2x plus 3. Draw this function. My slope here is now 2 over 3, or negative 2 over negative 3, and my y-intercept is 8. So I'm going to begin my graph at 8 on the y-axis. Now I'm going to move based on my slope, so it's 2 over 3, so that means I go up 2, 3 to the right. Can't fit any more that way, so now I'm going to go the opposite way. Down 2, 3 to the left. Down 2, 3 to the left. Down 2, 3 to the left. My points fall in a straight line, so I connect my points with a straight line, draw arrows on each end, and make sure to label it. Y equals 2/3 x plus 8. Draw this graph. Now my slope is a -3/5. When you have a negative slope, that means the negative applies to either number. So I have a -3 over a +5, or a +3 over -5. Both of those fractions simplify to give me a -3/5. And my y-intercept now is -4. So I'm going to begin my graph at -4 on the y-axis. Using my first slope, I'm going to go down 3, 5 to the right. Down 3, 5 to the right. I can't fit any more, so I'm going to go the opposite way. Up 3, 5 to the left. Up 3, 5 to the left. Now my points fall in a straight line. And notice how this line is going down from left to right, which makes sense because my slope is negative. So I put my arrows and label it. Y equals -3/5 x minus 4.